This is going to be a very, very short video. For some time now, I've been thinking, what would it be like to upload videos onto YouTube, Instagram, other social media platforms, but not use video, but instead use film. Now, my working life actually has mainly been with film. 35 millimeter, not so much, mostly 16 millimeter and Super 16 and a lot of Super 8 and 8 millimeter. So I'm very used to working with the film format and even editing the stuff using a Steenbeck with a splicer and a cement glue to put film bits back together when you do the editing and everything. And I thought, well, why not? So what I did is I took out first my trusty old Super 8 camera, which is this one right here. This one I've had for many, many, many years. It's a Chion, I see the number 30AF XL. Now there is a slight problem with it. This camera, while good when it came out, did have a flaw, and that flaw was the filters that are built inside the camera. Over time, the filters are completely useless. The second flaw with it is that it is a unsynchronized quartz motor, so it's very difficult to synchronize sound. And unlike other cameras where you can actually replace the motor and add a quartz lock motor that makes it easy to synchronize sound, that one you can't do it. So I decided to get another camera, a Super 8 camera, because my Euclera NPR, it has a sync motor, so it's very easy to synchronize sound. So this is the one that I bought. This is an Argus Corsina. Actually, it's kind of two companies. It's from a company in the United States called Argus, and they had this camera made in Japan by Corsina. This camera came out in the early 1970s and is a workhorse for Super 8 film cameras. It actually has a lot of interesting features on it. First, you can easily do connecting a cable to here, animation, because you can do one single shot at a time. It has excellent lenses, and it's one of the few Super 8 cameras that actually have 12 frames per second, 18 frames per second, and 24 frames per second, which is the standard. So this is the camera that I'm going to use to shoot videos. Okay, let me rephrase that. To shoot content for YouTube and social media. Now the film that I'm going to use is in the other room. Now this, by the way, is not my apartment. This is my working space. You see, I even have the electric train set, but that's a whole other story. We go here. The film that I'm going to use, because I have quite a few rolls of it, is Vision 3, Kodak Vision 3 50D Super 8. I have a few rolls of this. Now, there are some disadvantages, of course, when you use film. It is a lot more expensive, and you don't get very much per roll. If you're running at 24 frames per second, you get about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you really have to plan things out. Most Super 8 cameras run at 18 frames per second, but then the image is really not that good. Now the Argus is, especially this one here, is a very interesting camera because this camera, which I just bought a couple of days ago, is in fact new old stock. This camera actually has never ever been used. It's never even run film before. I did do a test with it and the camera runs fine. That's where you load the cartridge. And it's very rare to find new old stock like this. Despite the size, the camera is actually very, very heavy. Anyway, that's it. That's all for right now. So I'm going to do some motorcycle content using a Super 8 camera. Like comment, and subscribe.